What's going on, everyone? Chris here from TriFecta Airsoft. Welcome back, TriFaction. And all the new people here, if you like this content, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell so you get notified on all our new videos. And with that being said, let's jump into the review of this Cybergun SCAR L, SCAR Light, MK16, whatever you want to call it, all the same thing. We got this from the Black November Box of Awesomeness. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check that one out. We got some pretty cool stuff in that one. With that being said, let's talk about the build of this gun real quick. This is actually the cheapest SCAR on the market that's not a low-powered AEG or a spring rifle. I do believe it is the cheapest one. So the entire build is an ABS plastic. Okay, it's not even a polymer. Upper, lower receiver, pistol grip. I mean, literally everything on this gun is plastic except the gearbox and your inner barrel. Everything else is going to be that ABS. So you can definitely tell when you hold this thing in your hand. It's super light and you can just tell that it's kind of flimsy. So let's get into some of the features on this thing. So you do have a full top rail Picatinny, and you have a built-in flip-up sight on the front, not integrated into the rail system itself. It's actually on the front post there. And then you have your standard detachable rear flip-up sight. You also have two short side rails, one on each side of the gun. Then you also have a decent length on the bottom there, so you guys can attach all your fun gadgets and gizmos, whatever you want to put on there. Now moving back to the stock, this is a foldable and a 6-position adjustable stock. So we flip this around here, and this button on the very back is your button to adjust the 6 positions. So you can make that whatever length you want. And this button right here is a cheek riser. It just moves up just a little bit, like maybe an inch, inch and a half. Not much at all, but you do have the option if you want to raise the cheek a little bit. And then this button right here is going to be to fold the stock. It does have a folding stock. It's not very comfortable holding the gun with it folded, but it's more, I'd see this more as storage purposes for when you're not using it. But that clicks out pretty nicely. So the battery does go in the stock, and to get this back plate off, there's a pin right here, right at the back. You see it on this side. It only pushes out one way, so you push the pin out as far as you can. Then you're going to pull it from this side, from the larger side, and you're just going to pull the back plate off, and your battery goes in there. Standard Tamiya, small Tamiya. So you don't have a crazy amount of space in here, but it is good enough to fit that stick type that it did come with. Your fire selector is a little bit different than the M4 style. Facing down right there is safe, then you have semi-auto, then you have full auto. Now, this gun looks ambidextrous with the fire selector, but it's not. This side actually doesn't even move. It's just molded plastic to look like it's ambidextrous, so you only have that right hand control. And that's the same thing with the mag release. Standard M4 style mag release on there, on the right side there. And then it looks like it'd be ambidextrous, but it doesn't actually do anything. So it's just molded plastic again right there. Now you do have your FN Herstal licensing on there. If you can see that, right there on the side of the gun. Then your trigger is very standard, just, you know, cheap M4 trigger, basic. So you do get Sling Points on both sides. On this side, it's right here due to the folding stock on the top. And then on the other side, on the back, you have 2. And then on the front, you have both sides. So right here, and right here. And these are all plastic. They are a bit thicker than the other ones I've seen, so they may hold up. But my experience with plastic Sling Points is they don't hold up the whole time you're using them. Now, it might help that this is a very light gun, so it's not going to be putting much strain on those Sling Points moving around with that sling on there. So with the mags, this being a SCAR L, does take standard M4 mags. Fits up nicely in there. This is the mag it came with. It's a 300 round high cap. So you can run all your standard M4 mags in there as well. Let's move on over to the charging handle here. So you do have a mock charging handle that does reveal the hop-up unit. It's just a standard hop-up unit. It is plastic underneath there. And then your motor grip is just a standard motor grip. It is ABS as well. And you have your standard texturing on here, nothing special. And then on the inside, your gearbox is a full metal version 2 gearbox. So all your standard M4 upgrades, you can go in that. And the OEM is CYMA, I believe, on this gun. So that's what the gearbox is going to be. Now there's 2 different models of this gun, of the cheap cyber gun. This is the $200 one, and it's all ABS, like I said earlier. It comes with the mag, 8.4 volt battery, stick type, and the charger. And then there's one that's $20 more, so this one's $200, and the next one up is $220, and you get a full metal upper receiver, and it also comes with the battery and charger. But I don't know why there's even a lower model than that. I'm not sure why they even made one with just ABS all the way for $20 less. But this one is supposed to be shooting 350 to 370 FPS. That's what it's advertised on Evic's website. And then the next one up for the $20 more is supposed to be shooting 370 to 400. So we're gonna take this one to the chrono and we're gonna see what it's shooting with those .2s. And we're gonna get a fire rate with the 8.4 and a 9.6 because it does say recommended 9.6, but it comes with an 8.4. I'm not sure why, but we're gonna test them both just to see. So let's go ahead and get to that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do a range test. We're gonna stand about 50 feet and we do have .2s in here. We're just gonna get a general accuracy test on this thing. So let's go ahead and do that. So as you saw, FPS is 380, and with the 8.4, the fire rate was at like 11, and then when we switched that 9.6, it was at about 13 and a half, 14. So that's pretty good with that 9.6. As far as the trigger response, I couldn't really tell a difference between both batteries. It was actually pretty decent with both of those batteries. And then the accuracy was just run-of-the-mill. It was decent for these type of guns, especially with the .2s. So overall, I mean, this gun's decent. Again, the ABS, I don't know about the construction of this thing. It's you know, it should hold up fine, but if you have a huge fall or something, it could break something. But for $200, it is kind of expensive for a gun made out of complete ABS. I've had guns made out of really high quality polymer for less money than this. So I think that licensing does come into play just a little bit. But you know, if you're into SCARs and you want something cheap, it's definitely something to look at. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.